Thanks very much for your time. Are you as excited as I am this morning?
Yeah, that was a pretty nice way to wake up, knowing the success of this mission.
So tell us about the build-up. It's been asleep for a couple of years, and was there real danger that it might not wake up?
Well, absolutely. So the Rosetta mission launched in 2004. It's been chasing after this comet in the meantime. So it's basically traveled about 6 billion kilometers to hit a target only 4 kilometers across, which is equivalent to trying to hit a dartboard from the other side of Australia when your dart is $1 billion and it's been asleep for most of that time. So you can imagine there was a lot of relief when it finally switched on, gave its hello signal back to mission control.
So where has it gone to chase this comet? Because on the graphic that I looked at, the comet goes around, doesn't it, around the solar system?
That's right. We don't actually have a launcher to power it up fast enough to actually catch this comet. So what we do is slingshot around the Earth and Mars, building up speed each time. So this is why the distance just ends up being so vast.
Okay, so it gets faster and faster. And then what happens in August?
Okay, so over the next few months, it's going to be powering up. It's going to take a lot more observations of this comet, really because we just don't know particularly what it looks like. Around that time, the decision will be made to prepare Philae, which is the little lander, and that's going to try sometime around November to actually get closer to the comet's surface and potentially land, burrow its way into the center and get some of the pristine material at the center of the comet.
How does it latch on?
Well, there's little screws in the legs. There's shock absorbers all over. They're really quite worried about this part of the mission because we've never been to a comet, so we could rock up there. It could be soft snow. It could actually be rubble, and we'll just sink through it. It's really not clear at this stage what to expect. So ESA built everything possible.
So what do you think? Do you think it might be successful? It's like a big giant snowball, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Right now it's actually a very calm sort of snowball. As the months go by, as it gets closer to the sun, it's going to start to boil off and become a comet, like when you get the comet tail, and it looks very nice. That's going to look a lot less serene when you're that little lander close by, as all of this gas starts to explode. So right now I think snowball, and we'll be fine landing. In about a year's time, when that gas starts to boil off the surface, I think things will get a lot more interesting.
So when it loops around the sun, how has this probe been made to last those sorts of conditions, or are they accepting that at some stage it's just going to break up, and hopefully they've taken some of the measurements and analysis in the meantime?
I think that's it. For the next year or so, we're pretty confident we'll get a lot of information. We'll get to find out how much organic material, amino acids, things that are useful for life on Earth are actually in this comet, as well as exactly how much water from Earth has come from comets. So there's a lot of nice science goals we'll achieve, and if it's still going by 2 years, we'll just count that as a win.
Yeah, OK. Now, Alan, this is getting to the heart of what really fascinates me about this story. In some of the analysis I'm reading here, in general, scientists have said we try to find answers to fundamental questions such as where we've come from, what will be our destiny, and will we have to stick to this planet? Are those the real key questions that you want to have answered to?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a lot to ask for a probe that's just woken up after nearly 10 years of sleep. So yes, these questions will be partly answered by this mission, especially about how life on Earth began. I think this is having a pristine comet, this fossil of the planet Earth, really is going to help us enormously in understanding how we originated.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's got its own Twitter account, so I'm not sure how that works, but maybe we can have some scientists look into that too.
It's been a good Twitter account. I would suggest everyone follow it. It's actually quite funny.
OK, yeah, I'm going to click follow soon. Thanks very much for the discussion this morning. We've enjoyed it.
Thank you.